Boo! Hey guys, I gotcha. Okay, demonstrations here for day number 3. The first move we're going to do is running knee highs with the torso twist. You did the running knee highs in day 1. Right, the knees higher like this, running the knees up or walking them up. The torso twist, instead of you having your hands moving at your sides, you're going to make a fist, right? Fingers together, palms together. And the torso twist is when you're twisting your upper body at the same time you're running the knees up. So it's definitely a little more challenging than the day 1. Okay, so it's the same principle. If you can't run them up, the easier version is to walk them up as high as you can as you're twisting. Okay, so I'm twisting my upper body, but my hips are moving. You're just doing a torso twist, which is just your upper body that's moving. Okay, so that's the knees high. The second move we're going to do is push-ups with the shoulder touch. Okay, so you know all the different versions of the push-ups. The easier way you would do this one, on your knees as you push up, touch the opposite shoulder. Same thing when you're on your knees. Your shoulders are pretty much right up where your palms are, right? To make it harder, on the toes, and coming down and touching. Okay, move number 3 is called a power chop. The power chop, you're going to have a little wider stance than a regular squat. You're going to have them all wider than your hips. And see how the toes are angled out? This is called a sumo position. This is the position you're in for a power squat, for the power chop rather. Okay? So same thing, you're going to have your hands together the same way as you did the knees high with the torso twist. Together like this. You're going to start with your arms up. As you come down, the knees bend, and you stick your bum out. Okay? So it's still a squat. This is a sumo squat you're doing. And you're adding in the power with the upper body. So see, as I come down the squat, my knees are sticking out the same way as my toes. You want the same tracking when you come down. Remember, you can't suck your bum in like this when you come down. You gotta stick the bum out. See how my knees stay behind my toes? Right, if you're not doing the squat properly, that's not gonna happen. Stick the bum out, right? And I wanna see power. Arms come back. It's all working together, your body's working together here. As you come down, pretend you got an axe in your hand, and you're coming down, okay? So there's no alternatives. The fitter you are, the faster and more power you're going to be able to put into the chop. As your core gets stronger, the deep muscles inside the lower back and the abs get stronger, your chop is going to be insanely hard. Okay? Move number 4 is a push-up with the knee touch. Okay, so instead of touching your opposite shoulder, touch the opposite knee. Same thing, make it harder on the toes. Okay, move number 5, it's called a jumping 180. Okay, so the easier way to do the 180 is to walk, step it. Okay, so see how I don't go around in the circle? The way that I go, I come back the same way. Right, if you keep going around in a circle, you'll get dizzy, so come back the same way you went from, like this. That's the easier way. If you get dizzy, slow it down. As you get more fit, I want you to try to jump it, okay? So same thing, I'm jumping back the same way I came from. See how my knees are staying bent? My bum is slightly sticking out. That's athletic stance. Never ever do you do an exercise with your legs straight. Always athletic stance, slight bend in the knees. You push off the toes. And when I land, I'm landing with that slight bend in the knees. So it's either one or the other. Move number 6 and 7 is called a side plank with a hip raise, okay? So a side plank, you're going to stack your feet together, legs are out straight, elbow is going to be right underneath your shoulder right here, okay? So the easier way to do this move would be to come up with your knee on the one knee, right? With the knees bent, and you'd be dipping your hips down, and then pushing them up as much as you can, okay? So that takes a lot of weight off by just having the one leg down. You want to make this move more advanced, then the legs go straight. Then you come up both legs off the ground and you're dipping up and down like this. Okay, so a little tip, if you want to stay up and it's getting too hard, you can use your other hand that's on your hip, push it off the mat, and you can help take some resistance off that way. So remember, see the top shoulder is pointed up, the bum is in, I'm nice and straight right now, okay? Nice straight line. The only time the shoulder rolls down is if I was spotting myself. Okay, if you want to make it really advanced, you would keep the leg up. You would keep the leg up in the air, and that would make it a lot harder, okay? So the next exercise would just be doing the same thing on the other side. And then the last move we have here is a jumping jack squat. Okay, so your typical jumping jack looks like this, right? Okay, so a jumping jack squat, remember, you're going to slightly stick the bum up and you're going to stay lower. So you're going to have both knees bent, right, the bum sticking out, and you're going to get down a little lower. If you can't jump the legs out to make this easier, you would step out one side at a time. But notice how both knees are bent, bum sticking out. You got to get in that partial squat. We got to get the legs going here, you guys. So no standing up. Stay as low as you can. So easier version, harder version. You're jumping all wide as you can, arms are straight. Going quick as you can. So do the one you can handle. Have fun.